You need to know this about parents. Three things: to understanding and embracing the reality of anyone you consider your parent, your mentor, or your older sibling, or even an older peer that you look up to. In life, we go to see somebody as our guide. Number one, it's always nice to have a guide. When we were children, those who took care of us, who acted like our parents, we look up to them as if they know everything in the world. Not in the sense of skills, but in the sense of guidance. For example, when you're feeling down and lost, sometimes you ask yourself, what is it that they do that you do not know? How do you go on with life? What advice could you give me to go through this pain? Because one day, our mother, our father, our parents might perish and pass on the earth before we do. And we have the fear of the unknown. Mother, if you leave me, what do I do now? We always had the sense of security when our mother was around. Little kittens are secured when they know their mother is there. Little babies feel secured when they know they're being taken care of. So even when you become an adult, you still seek guidance. There's this sense of security and wisdom. Even though you excelled in more skills, they have more experiences in life. And to lose somebody that served as your guide makes you feel so alone and lonely, like you're lost. Number two, our guides, our parents, our mentors, and our peers that we look up to don't know everything. But they have to act like often they do, to guide you, not to give you false information or false hope, but to make you feel secure, because they know that you will go to that age as well. You will go to that experience. So, if I am taking care, let's say, of this cat, and I am in deep trouble, and I don't know what to feed them for tomorrow, I don't have much skills in handling cats, I don't let the cat know, because I want the cat to feel safe and secured around me. In the same way, many of our parents fail because, honestly, they just don't know. My mother admitted to me one time, honestly, nobody can teach you to be a parent. You learn by experience. Each one is different. There are parents that treat their children like their best friends. There are parents that instill fear and treat their children like, you know, followers. But nobody ever taught them. Even if your grandparents say, I gave tips to your mother how to be a parent, they themselves do not know unless they experience it. You cannot instill or force somebody else to be the perfect parent. All these guides are all from other people's experiences, and you will have your own unique experience. So, the reality is, even those you look up to feel lost at times. And it depends where they get their source of energy. Your source of motivation might be you yourself. So don't put all the blame on them if you see that you are failing in some aspects of life, because failure is a part of success. And it depends what you define success with. Is success being rich, being financially stable, being emotionally fulfilled? When we say failure, it doesn't mean you're worthless. And when we say success, it doesn't mean comfort. There's success that can come as failure to others, and there's failure that seem like success to others. So, number three, now that we know you feel lost without your mentor when they're gone, and now that we know that they themselves don't know everything, I want you to remember this. Always think higher than what you're experiencing. Detach yourself from any situation you are in mentally. I'm not saying run away, but detach yourself for a moment. Forget about being angry, crying, or being happy. Let it just flow. But don't do any action until you detach yourself and think higher than what is. See yourself not as your body, not as your emotion, but see yourself as a soul, a spirit. It's just like how the astronauts go to space and look down at the earth. Do that to yourself. Take your soul, take your heart and mind, and look at your body and your emotions and think, hey, it's gonna be okay. What am I so offended about? Will these little things be worth spending my anger on? Putting my efforts in? In short, be conscious of the subconscious. We tend to do things automatically without thinking about it when we are familiar with it. For example, when food is presented in front of me, I don't think to myself, okay, I will use my right hand. I'm going to use my three fingers to get the spoon. I'm going to use my left hand. I'm going to dip this on the rice first. I'm going to put some oil. Oftentimes, we don't think about them anymore. We just do it. Sometimes we're watching TV and our hands are just eating. Because the first time we tried to eat, we thought about it. And then it becomes our behavior or the subconscious. It's the same thing in any situation you face. You tend to do things without thinking because you programmed yourself to be familiar to this kind of action. If she slaps me, I slap her back. If she pulls my hair, I pull her hair, without even taking time to think about your action. And that's why we see worst cases of criminals, murderers, who seem like they have no heart because maybe during their childhood it seemed like the norm. Even though they were taught that it's a bad thing, their actions, the people they spend time with, subconsciously affect their behavior and the way they think. So before your body, first of all, grasp your heart and mind and take care of that. Be conscious about it. In that way, you can be a good mentor to others by being a positive influence, positive pressure. And at the same time, you can be a good follower, not blaming everything on the teacher, because you are conscious about you as a unique person. You don't have to be exactly like your mother when you take care of your kids, but you can get all the good things you experience from her and apply that to your kids. You can't force someone to act this way, but you can influence someone through your own behavior. So that's just three things I thought about, because time will really come where beautiful things will pass. Each day I wake up and think about, oh, it's gonna be the same day again. Oh, how many hours have I spent not being productive? Why am I not rich yet? What can I work on? How can I earn money? My parents are getting old. Am I going to die first? Are they going to? These thoughts of overthinking are starting to bug me, makes me feel sad. There are times I can't sleep out of insomnia because of overthinking. Am I gonna die? What does it feel like to die? I don't know. Where am I going? This thoughts about God and death, people don't like to talk about it because it scares them. It makes them feel ignorant, and they rely on things they heard other people say or they experienced. So this is just a form of comfort that you don't have to know everything. Solomon said, with more knowledge and wisdom, actually, the sadder you are, because the more aware you are of things around you. And that's why they say ignorance is bliss. Many people who are ignorant, they look happy because they don't know what's going on. They're just living their lives. Well, I'm not saying you should be ignorant or you should not be so judgmental. What I'm saying is, it's okay. You're not alone. We're all going through life together without knowing what the future holds. So the most important thing is, we are not born alone. I mean, like, in this world, we have fellow humans and things we can encourage each other with each passing day is an opportunity. Well, that's why the church was made, not to play songs, not to shout preaching. It's basically to encourage one another. You don't even need to have religion to encourage one another. Every person needs encouragement, comfort. So the next time you fight with your mentor, your parent, think about this. Will I be able to eat dinner with you after this conversation? Should I engage in this argument? Because what matters is your fellowship. More than the blood relationship, you are fellow humans. We all make mistakes. So who are we to judge each other? Anyway, I lost track of my main thoughts, and I guess 13 minutes is long enough. Bye.